But when it comes to my own life, there's very little room for gray. It's this or that. It's yes or no. It's do or don't. Because the both and of gray, honestly, it feels cheap to me. It feels like I'm not trying hard enough. Sometimes, as life swirls around us and our feet feel a little unsteady, what we long for most of all is a little clarity. A little, what does it look like to choose the next best thing? A little, how do I make sense of this? A little, why isn't this working? Clarity isn't really about having all the answers. It's about the opportunity to make sense of what's in front of us so that we can take the next brave step. So in season 4 of the Inspiring Heights podcast, we are having real conversations about those pesky life things that trip us up and leave us thinking, if only I could see a way forward. Welcome to the clarity season. Do you ever feel like you just want an answer? Like ultimately, if there was just an answer, no matter what it was, it would feel better than having to live with a question. Questions like, am I lazy? Or is this actually what discipline looks like as an adult? Or is this boundary good? Or am I pushing people away in the name of a little discomfort? Or do I just need to try harder to get this thing to go? Or is the not working evidence that it might be time to walk away? I am an answers girl. And it shows up in a lot of areas of my life, but one in particular is Bible study. When I get to a challenging passage of scripture and I'm like, what does this mean? What did Paul exactly mean when he said blah, 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 right? And when the answer is like, well, there's different interpretations. Different theologians over the years have different thoughts about what Paul was referring to here. My response, universally, is, please try again. That is the wrong answer. Because at the end of the day, even if the answer means that I have to wrestle and do some hard work, I would much rather do that than to live with the ambiguity of not knowing. And that's what I've been thinking about. That the desperate pursuit of knowing might sometimes be coming more from a place of discomfort with the unknown than it is from a place of true desire for quote unquote clarity. When I started taking steps towards a lower tox lifestyle, some of the swaps were easier than others. Like replacing artificially fragranced candles with essential oils diffusers, easy. Swapping out plastic containers for glass, not terribly hard. But finding a foundation that gave me the coverage that I wanted and fit into my desire for cleaner, lower tox beauty, that felt nearly impossible. Until I found Crunchy. Crunchy is an EWG verified clean beauty company that made finding products I feel good about using and that actually perform the easy part. From skincare to makeup to body care, Crunchy offers a wide range of clean beauty and personal care products, making it easier to be more intentional about what you're putting on your body. And honestly, I'm just pumped to have finally found a foundation that I love. I mean, it covers what it needs to, it stays put all day. That doesn't make me feel like I have to choose between performance and my desire to live a lower tox life. So, if you've been wanting to make the switch to cleaner beauty, but you just have felt a little stuck, I'm going to leave my Crunchy link in the show notes below so you can take a look. And if this is your first time shopping at Crunchy, you can get 15% off your entire first order with code ADVOCATE15 at checkout. I'll drop that code next to the link below. In the name of full transparency, I am a Crunchy advocate, which means I earn a small commission if you purchase through my link at no additional cost to you. Thank you so much for supporting my small business in this way. It truly means a lot to me. I say this all the time, but it still strikes me funny. I've had people say to me over the years, you're an awfully black and white thinker for being a social worker. See, social workers are actually trained to think in the gray. Our clients aren't good or bad. They are struggling and wounded and trying and fighting hard for their life. It's not one or the other. And I've seen that so many times in my career, the both and. I mean, honestly, you'd think I'd be good at the gray by this point in my life, but I'm not. I'm not because it's not comfortable for me. I can look at other people and I can see gray and I can even believe it to genuinely be true. But when it comes to my own life, there's very little room for gray. It's this or that. It's yes or no. It's do or don't. Because the both and of gray, honestly, it feels cheap to me. It feels like I'm not trying hard enough. And I wonder if you can relate to that. Like, you look at a friend who's going through a hard season in her job and it's demanding and overwhelming and she's just really struggling to keep up with everything. And she confides in you that she's really struggling to show up well for her family right now because her mind is occupied. And you respond to that with compassion and empathy, and you acknowledge that life is hard and it totally makes sense why being present is a challenge. And then you encourage her and walk with her as she tries to navigate to a different place, a place that she actually wants to be. And then in 2 weeks, when you're back at that same table in the same coffee shop and she's telling you the stories of taking 3 steps forward but 1 step back, you remind her that that is still forward progress of 2 steps. And even if the step backwards felt like failure, it wasn't. It was really just a dance. And you believe every word coming out of your mouth for her. But when the tables are turned and you're in your own hard season and you're not showing up the way that you want to, you think you're lazy, undisciplined, a complete and utter disaster. And forward progress of 3 steps followed by a step back isn't viewed as forward progress. It's viewed as failure. And that's the trap of black and white thinking. We're either perfect or we're not. There isn't a middle ground, or maybe should I say a human ground. There's no room for celebrating a small win if there's even a smaller setback. There's no time to acknowledge a big victory unless we are sure, and I do mean sure, that it is there to stay and there will be no more misses. And I think it all comes back to discomfort. Discomfort with the unknown, the in-between, the both and. Here's the good news about that. It's clarity. If we can understand that the reason why we push towards all or nothing black and white thinking is due to comfort, or perhaps rather a desperate pursuit of alleviating discomfort, it can give us a good starting place if we allow ourselves to lean into the pause, a place to ask questions, to explore with some curiosity, and perhaps even a place to have some honesty with ourselves about what exactly it is that we're running from. Okay, it is no secret I'm a little crunchy. I would rather reach for something that feels supportive to my body rather than masks symptoms. So, when a girlfriend introduced me to Earthly Wellness years ago, I was a quick sale. Earthly is a family-owned company that specializes in natural herbal remedies, supplements, and laundry products, with many products made with organic ingredients. And their mission is beautiful. They believe that everybody should have access to a variety of wellness options. So they work hard to keep their products clean and affordable, both things I really appreciate. We reach for Earthly on a daily basis in the Kaiser household. It is part of our bedtime routine, something I reach for when I'm dealing with monthly discomfort, and something we keep on hand as part of our wellness routine when we're just not feeling our best. If you are looking for clean herbal wellness products, check out Earthly Wellness. I'll drop the link for you in the show notes below. Hey, P.S. I am an Earthly affiliate, which means if you make a purchase using my link, I may earn a small commission. Thank you so much for supporting my small business in this way. When you find yourself trapped there in that all or nothing thinking, here's just a handful of things that might help you break through the trap. What are 2 options or roads that I'm seeing here? What am I making these 2 options mean? What am I assuming has to be true? What are my 2 options leaving out? If this isn't the complete picture, what else might be true? What would I see if I didn't have to choose a side? What feels so important about making this yes or no, all or nothing? What am I trying to make certain of? What is actually true right now? Friend, all or nothing thinking, It isn't just as simple as, I went to the gym one time and I felt kind of weird, so I guess I'm not going back because I didn't master it that first time. It shows up like that, to be sure. But it also knows how to put on a ball gown and a mask and show up disguised as discipline, as grit, even as goodness in our own lives. But here's where we can sit. Clarity is taking the mask off of our all or nothing thinking and choosing to show up scared, because we will be, and that's okay, and curious. Knowing that curiosity will help to provide us with more answers than giving into all or nothing thinking ever does. And that's a wrap. Thanks so much for tuning in today. Do you have questions, comments, or insights on today's content? I would love to hear from you. You can DM me on Facebook or Instagram, or head over to our website, inspiringheights.org, and click on the Contact Us form. I will link all those locations here in the show notes. P.S. If you haven't already, I would love for you to leave a 5-star rating and a quick review of the podcast. This helps get our content in the hands of new listeners. Don't forget to sign up for the newsletter and follow us on social media for rhythmic doses of inspiration. All right, friends, take a deep breath and be inspired where your feet are. Bye for now.